Ready? Here we go.
Different points of view and highs and lows. A new perspective everywhere you go. Open up your mind, drown out the noise, and see if this connected. And see if this connected.
The mission of this Connected podcast, again, is to connect generations and situations about faith, life, and whatever comes along the way. To not necessarily agree, but be listened to. These conversations, of course, share the different perspectives of me and the guests. You, of course, are always welcome to agree or even disagree, but as always, we hope that it is done with charity. Welcome to this Connected Fam, and today, I have a special group of friends who are my guests. They are called Amata Filia Dei. Don't ask me what that means. I'm pretty sure they were going to tell us because I think, well, all I know in that is Dei, which means God, I hope. So welcome to the podcast, ladies. And I say ladies because I'm the only male here. Feel awkward. But hey, first of all, I want you guys to introduce yourselves, and then one of you please tell us what Amata Filia Dei means and what is it about.
We start from the youngest.
You.
Hey, Karla, you're it.
Okay. Hi, my name is Karla, and I'm a mom, and I'm part of this lovely group, which is called Amata Filia Dei. And yeah, I'm not gonna tell you how old I am, but I'm above my 30s.
31. There you
Yeah.
go. 31. Which is
Oh
really
my-
cool, Karla, because I'm only 32. So
Oh, cool.
yeah. Anyways, so what does Amata Filia Dei mean? Who wants to tackle that question? What does it mean?
Do you want to do that question first, or introduce everyone first?
Oh yeah, I forgot. See, I have this Tori gene. I will just keep moving along. So yeah, everybody introduce themselves. Let's start with the top after you, Karla. That would be Kayla.
Alrighty. Hi, my name is Kayla. I am an older and younger sister. I'm 19 and I go to Cal State LA.
Ooh, Cal State LA. Look down. There you go.
Hi, I'm Serena. I'm 17, a senior. Yeah, that's about it.
Pretty much. Look down. There you go, Tori. She looked down.
I'm Tori. I'm in 8th grade and I'm 13 now. And yeah, I'm Kayla's younger sister.
Oh, I'll look to your right.
That's my left. Okay. Hi, my name is Samantha. I'm 16. I'm a junior. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So what does it mean? What does Amata Filia Dei mean? Because I did ask some questions on our Instagram asking people, hey, what questions do you have of these guests? And that was one of the questions. What does it mean?
Okay, I'll answer. Or who wants to go? Okay, so Amata Filia Dei means beloved daughter of God.
Say that again.
Beloved daughter of God.
Beloved daughter of God. Now, how did you guys come up with that name, beloved daughter of God?
Serena, you want to share?
Well, it kind of took us a while. We were going through a lot of names, trying to figure out which one we wanted, but we chose Beloved Daughter of God because
we are a beloved daughter of God's, and we are striving to live life like Mary, her being our example. So yeah.
Well, that's so cool. So you guys were like meeting way before you even had a name.
Yes.
So that's so cool. So how did you guys come together? So I think if anyone's listening to this, they're probably wondering, well, who are these 5 ladies in here? A 31-year-old, a 13-year-old, get that, 31 and 13. Who, how did these young people ended up together, and how many are in your group? I mean, tell us your story. Was that me, or is that someone buzzing?
I think that's
Oh,
Karla.
yeah,
it's me.
sorry. No, that was me.
Excuse you. I'm just kidding.
That
Go
happens
ahead.
during the
So
rosary.
how many people are in your group, and how did you guys, I mean, what inspired you to create this? Because I know you guys are part of a youth group, but what made, and why is it all girls?
Well, it initially started with, well, not necessarily copying the guys, but because we did see that the boys had, their own group and stuff. So somebody in the room here said, "Hey, the girls need a group too, and maybe we should start something for the girls, and it just be girls." And so, well, I was hesitant about it because I'm like, no, I don't think girls are gonna want to be praying with me and get together and stuff like that. So I was just really hesitant about it, about starting the group. I wanted to, I really did. I, like you mentioned, where we do belong to a youth ministry, which is in our parish, St. Mary's um, you youth ministry, with and I am a sub coordinator. Um, so so with the same group of girls that belong to the same ministry that participate in Life Team, um, I just got together first with actually with Serena, and I just mentioned it to Serena like just one day, and I honestly was not expecting the answer I got. I thought it was gonna be more like, I don't know, let me think about it. We'll see. But no, right away the answer was, oh yes, we've been waiting for this. And so actually that's all I said. And then she did everything else. She got all the girls, some of the girls together, and unfortunately, some of them are not coming anymore. But I know, they're still there. They're still present. They still get our messages, and and some new ones have come. Um, and so yeah, so it has grown. We are, wow. I have. I honestly don't know how many. We are a total of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're 8 right now. 8,
Yeah.
I think so.
about 8 that there are, for the most part, joining, but we also have.
I think in total it's like 11, but the ones
Yeah, I was
that
gonna say
are more active, it's like 8.
Mhm.
That's actually really good. I was discussing with someone their concern about numbers, and I remember telling them I used to be like that looked at numbers, but it's not about numbers really. It's about finding people who you can minister to and accompany and empower, and it's up to those people that you accompany who will reach out to the numbers, and it will progress from there. But Serena, I wanted to ask, because Karla said that you're the first person that she approached, and you're like, sure. I mean, why the excitement? Because you already belong to a youth group, you're busy with school. Why the excitement? Why we're like, oh yeah, sure, instead of what we would always expect, which would be maybe not.
Yeah. So I think it was more like I wanted like since the I don't want to say we're copying the boys because we are not. But the boys had their own group and I was like I want a group of girls, like I get tired of the boys, like I didn't want a group of girls that like can support and talk, talking to girls is obviously different than talking to boys. So I thought it'd be a good idea to start up a group. And I remember it was like a year ago exactly, almost a year ago exactly, at the bake sale, Karla was like, let's do it. And I was like, okay. So I made the group chat and we started with like individually, each of us praying a mystery of the rosary to make a full rosary. But then eventually we ended up meeting every day and praying the rosary together.
Wow. I mean, it's like you guys keep mentioning we weren't trying to copy the boys, but I'm just kidding, just kidding. Just kidding. We won't mention the unmentionable men in the group. But I love that story that you guys formed a sisterhood. And I do believe that, there's wisdom in having just ladies be with each other because just like the boys, there are things that we probably wouldn't talk to the girls about because of our insecurities. And there's probably definitely things that you guys would not talk about in front of boys because boys are immature and they stink. So I see all the nodding heads. It's like, you didn't have to agree. That was a joke. It's like, that was a joke. All the boys who are listening, it's like, really? We stink? Yeah, the ladies said you guys stink. Put on some more cologne. And maybe shower.
Yeah.
See, they all are in agreement. You guys need to take more showers.
Cold ones too.
Cold ones? Well, they're not doing that. Cold ones?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
I don't know. So I wanted to ask this question. Maybe you guys can one of you answer and maybe we can have this discussion. Actually, should I ask a question that somebody asked online? No, these are two. No, I'll ask my questions because I think they're good questions. So here's my question, and let's start from the bottom. Let's start with Sam. What's one of the great things? Today we're actually recording on Friday. So what's one of the great things? What's one thing that was great about your week?
Ooh. Suddenly I can't think of any. Okay. A lot of great things have happened actually. Like, I actually studied for once for my test, and I have a feeling I did nail it. Like, it went like smooth. Because sometimes when I take tests, I'm just a mess. And then also a great thing is I binge watched movies with one of my friends that I haven't talked to in forever. And so yeah, it was nice talking to her again.
So when you guys binge watch, does that mean that she comes over or you guys just do it online?
Oh no, we did it online because in Disney Plus, you're able to invite people and you can watch it together. So we watch like Disney movies, yeah.
I had no idea that was
Me
happening.
neither.
Yeah, it's new. Yeah, you
Shh,
can invite
shh,
people.
shh, Karla,
Oh,
don't age us.
no, but
We're
yeah.
only 31 and 32.
But we're busy.
So the reason why I asked that, what's one great thing about your week is what I actually want to know what's like your conversation in your group. I mean, do you guys just come together to pray or do you guys actually have conversation?
Oh,
Or is that too personal?
We would talk about random stuff sometimes. Like some ladies like bring up stuff and we just chat. We chat a little too much sometimes. Yeah, but
Yeah, I've been in the chats with boys and actually they're like, yeah. Anyways, so like random stuff like boys.
no, not boys.
None of the boys. No issues. College
We
life.
actually did.
We actually
talk
did
about
talk
it.
about college. Yeah.
This is
Wow.
some of stressful college moments.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking you guys like talk about like boys and dating and things like that. Because I want to tell you, that's what the boys talk about. No, I'm just kidding. Kidding.
Expose
So,
them.
for anyone who wants to like tackle this question, who is an inspiration in your life? I mean, who is an inspirational person in your life? Let's think about that. You know, you guys are really wonderful that you guys are on here and you guys are part of a group. But there's times, I mean, in my life where because of something, this person I know, this person I met, those kind of things happen. They've become an inspiration on how I live my life or how I'm directed towards whatever that I do. So who is an inspiration in your life?
Well, I'm gonna say in my life, it's my kids. I have 4 of them, and then the rest of my kids, which is the youth, all the youth. They are my inspiration. They are, and my husband too. Um, they, they are, you know, because of, and not just because of them, but because I want to lead by example. I want to lead by example, and and seeing them. I mean, just our oh my goodness, my words are gone from my brain. Just the core team and the coordinator and stuff like that. Just just seeing everyone so devoted and making time to serve others, to serve the youth, and then seeing the youth that like they're responding to that service. It's like wow, it's that's what gets me going. And so then I want to pass that on to my kids. I want them to see that as well, so they're driven by that too. And eventually they get to serve on their own, at their own will.
One day.
God
How about
willing.
you? How about you, Kayla? Who's an inspirational person in your life?
I would say my stepmom, honestly, only because like I've heard her story. Like I guess she had a kid really young, right? My older brother, and she still like got her master's and like I don't know. I think like no matter what, like no matter how like bad I am or how low I like a low point I am in low point I am in life, like I can still do great things. Like I can still continue. Like I'm not gonna let that thing like drag me. Like I can still keep going.
It's a great example. Have you ever told her?
No, but I think she knows. I'm pretty sure she knows.
Well, if she listens to the podcast, then probably she'll know. We'll
I
make sure
will.
she listens to the podcast. But I think you should tell her.
I think she knows. I'm pretty sure we've had.
Yeah, parents like to hear it like verbally, right, Karla?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like literally, just like on your knees, telling us you're so great. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. How about you, Tori? Yeah.
Does it have to be a female?
No.
Okay.
Jesus is not
Well,
female.
um, I'm gonna say 3 people.
No, I said 1. No, I'm
No,
just
I
kidding. Go ahead.
First is my mom, which is Kayla's stepmom. Like Kayla said, my mom put herself in a lot of situations and got herself out of it. So it's not like she created problems or anything and then she didn't solve them. It wasn't like that. It just kind of like she just kept rolling with the punches. And even to this day, it's like you can see it and like little things that she does throughout the day where you can be like, oh, that was because of this, that was because of that, that was because she went through that. And it just like it's a daily reminder of like how strong my mom is and how strong she's stayed these past like what 20 years. And my second one would be Sarah. She is the leader of just, I think she's like the minister, right? Yeah, she's a minister. And whenever I need like advice, she's one of the first people I go to, because she's just so like wise, and she makes me feel like I can talk to her. And she's got me through a lot. And then third, not to butt kiss or anything, but Arnell, simply because he just, and Kayla knows this because I talk about Arnell a lot. It's just that Arnell, like, he has a way of talking and a way of like communicating with people where it's like, even the moment that you know him, you know that he knows everything about you. Like, like I just remember just the first time that I met him, like him just like looking at me, and I could tell by the way he was like kind of just like figuring me out. And it was just like weird, but it was also like somewhat calming, because it was like, okay, yeah, like I don't know how to explain it, but he just has a way of like talking, I guess, that makes me think he's a very wise person. I'm sure he is. And he talks to me in little riddles, which is what I like. I like having to figure stuff out on my own with a little bit of help here and there. And it doesn't get annoying to me. That's why he's also one of the first people I go to. I'm like, yo, Arno, give me a riddle. Like, I want to figure something out, you know? And yeah.
Actually, those were, we're just going to give you the trick of the trade. That was a Father Brendan move. When you're talking to people, it's ask the people around them about the person, and then that's how Father Brendan remembered everyone's name. And also a little lesson from Jesus. He always answered questions with questions. So indirect, allow yourself to resolve your own issues. So I'm just a referral service, actually. So when you ask me, I will send you to the person who can give you the answer. I'm a little uncomfortable with that question. You should go to this person, though. Right? Anyways, so Sam, now that I feel all flustered, Sam, so who's an inspirational person in your life?
That's a great question. I would have to say my aunt Eddie. I feel
I
like,
love her.
yeah. She was the oldest of the sibling, right? And I'm the oldest. So I just feel like I could relate to her more, and she inspired me. And she's so like devoted to God, it's crazy. Like, it really inspires me to get closer to my faith, you know? And then she makes good champurrado, which I'm trying to get the recipes. But yeah.
You know what? One of my biggest regrets is that I could never have her on the podcast, because I didn't speak Spanish. She was actually planned to be the third episode, but I couldn't speak Spanish, and I felt so bad. But yeah. One day, somebody will do the podcast with crecimientos in Spanish. Maybe Karla. So maybe. So yeah, podcast takeover by Happy Life Cupcake.
They'll take over.
But Serena, how about you? Inspirational person in your life?
I think I have two inspirational people. One would be my grandma. She's a very strong lady, you know, she's been through a lot, and she's very devoted to God, you know. Whenever I come to her with a problem, she's like, just trust in God, you know, everything's gonna be okay. And I'm like, what? Like, not how, but sometimes I'm like, grandma, like what? But she's up there. And I would also say Karla, only because I've known her my whole life. Ugh, I don't want to get sentimental. I've known her my whole life, and whenever I need something, she's there. And she teaches me not to lose hope in situations. And yeah.
Awesome. You know what? I asked you guys what's an inspirational person in your life, because that's really formative and actually leads us closer to God. So that kind of leads me to my other question, before my huge question for you guys is, a lot of things are very difficult, and I love that you guys formed this support group, almost like a support group, young women, to be there for each other. And aside from, I suppose that you guys said you pray every night. You pray the rosary every night. At
Yeah, I
what
think
time?
so.
At same time, like 8 o'clock or whatnot. Yeah.
Well, usually we start praying at 9. So we're supposed to meet at 8:30, and then that moved to like 9, and then it keeps on moving to like 8:40 something. But so we made a deal that 9 o'clock is when we're praying. We start up the meeting maybe about 10 minutes before, so we could chat a little, and then we move on to praying. And then if we still want to talk, some of us, like we'll stay chatting for a little longer. Some of us we just have to go. And yeah.
Well, that's amazing, because I just want to ask, like, how many of you guys, um, before this, had prayed so much before? I mean, pretty much, when I had never prayed so much until I met those guys. But have you ever prayed this much since you joined this group? I mean, you're praying the rosary every single night like you're supposed to, but now you actually are. It's like, is that a good thing, or is that like, do you find yourself saying, "Oh, it's 8:30, I have to log on and pray"? Or what is the feeling that you have? Is it a chore, or is it something that you look forward to?
I feel like it's something I look forward to, only because like if something happens in not like obviously I want to pray, but if something interesting happened in my day, I'm like, hey guys, like this happened, and then like we get to pray together and it creates like unity within us. Like obviously I knew, well, I didn't know like Tori and Kayla, but I knew Sam and Karla, and now I know Tori and Kayla. But I think this group allowed us to all get closer, which is very good.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys met more friends,
Mm-hmm.
so that you would have never met before. So you were going to say something, Tori?
What was the question?
Have you ever prayed so much before in your life?
Oh no, definitely not. Like this was a huge blessing, and I think that it's something that I look up to, because one, let's just say I'm like not feeling it, or I'm just kind of like, I just want to be alone right now, or I want to meditate on God's mysteries by myself right now. I don't have to join. It's not an obligation, because I know at the end of the day, it's not like they're going to be mad at me if I don't join. It's not like that, and and when I'm gone when I don't pray the rosary, which doesn't happen like once or twice, when I just don't pray the rosary with them for like a week, Karla will always give me a call and like just make sure I'm okay, but that makes me feel like I'm cared for, and like and it's something I look forward to, just because just hearing everybody's voices, like especially Karla and Miss Guzman, they're the moms of the group. So whenever I like need advice or I have like a funny story, I know I'll get the best reaction out of them. Um, and Miss Guzman, she's I've told her like a few stuff, and she's just guided me through it the whole time. So I'm just very grateful for everybody in the group.
Super cool. It's like, so what do you guys like most about this group? You've been together for as you said, this is going to be 1 year as of today. It's like, what do you like most about it? I mean, what's kept you staying?
I would say how like welcoming everyone is, and like how understanding, because like what Tori said, like you can miss a day and we're not like at your throat about it. We're like, okay, yeah, we understand. Like we get it. We'll pray for you. Like we hope you're doing like better, you know? I feel like it's the whole like welcoming feeling. Yeah.
Super cool. How about anybody else?
Well, yeah, I was hesitant to like stay committed because I thought it was gonna end up being like a chore because I had like tendencies to like pray, but like dryly, dry praying. And I didn't like that. So I was scared that it was gonna end up being like that. But no, I actually really look forward to praying the rosary because it's very peaceful and calming. I could really feel it calming down like after a stressful day. And then like what Serena said, like when things happen in our life or in our day, I look forward to like speak to them, to tell our little stories and stuff. And yeah, it's really nice.
And it is, it's so cool. Isn't it so cool to pray with somebody else instead of praying by yourself? Because most of the time, like me, you end up praying by yourself often.
And fall
And
asleep.
yeah, and fall asleep. Or even when you're sitting down to make sure you don't fall asleep, you fall asleep, or you get distracted. But when you're praying with somebody else and you're hearing somebody else's voice, and you can meditate on someone's voice praying, is that more helpful for you?
I think so. I think it is. Like I had mentioned it to one of the new members, um, that this is, I like having the group and having to know that, okay, by this time, um, I need to set time aside to start the meeting, and so we could pray and come together and pray. And it's also like um, not a chore, but like the commitment is there, and not just with the group, but the commitment with Mama Mary. And they're like, okay, here we are, another day, striving to be like you, asking God, asking Jesus to help us. And because ultimately that's my goal, um, to be more like her, to mimic Mama Mary, um, and bring others, what we are called to do, bring others right along with us. And our ultimate goal is to go to heaven. So we want everyone to go to heaven.
I'm glad that you said that. You kind of triggered my memory. You said that's my goal, but so as the group is, and as it started and as it grows, what is your guys' goal? What is your vision? What is your mission? What's the plan for the group?
Well, I don't like to go too far, and because I don't know, I just leave it up to God, and I just say, Lord, you take us wherever you want to take us. We're gonna be here until you want us to be here. I just hope that we all listen to what where you want us, how long you want us here. And if more girls want to join, they're more than welcome to. And like they said, it's not like you have to be here or else you're out. No, like, you know, we know that um, things happen in life, and we cannot always stay committed to one thing. Um, but I know it's not my group. I know it's not for my, you know, for me to grow, for me to be what known, or like the kids say, we're church famous. That's not my goal. My goal is for everyone to experience and to fall in love with God. Like like I know I love God, but I really want to truly fall in love with him, and and I want everybody else to do the same. So if this is, God is asking me to do this, then this is where I'll be, as long as he needs me to. Obviously there are rocks in the way, and I am, I do have my family, and some people could say this takes away from you being with your family. um and for a while mm, I think I was I was biting into that lie. But and like it says in the Bible, uh dang it, I forgot. And it was just in the one of the readings that you are not a prophet in your own town. You're not a prophet in your own town. So I do dedicate time with my family, with my kids. Um, but I know they're also getting it from somewhere else. They're also praying with someone else, and I think that's good. Good, that is good too, because it's not just the mom making them pray. Uh, so um, yeah, what was the question?
Anyone remember?
Your goals.
Yeah, what are
Yeah.
your goals? What are the mission? What's your vision for this group? Because it's obviously starting to grow. It's obviously, and one of my questions, a follow-up question to that is, you guys don't have like, you guys don't have a website, you guys don't have anything. It's word of mouth. So how do people find you? I mean, how do people join? How who do they contact?
I don't know right now. You tell us.
I don't know. I just, again, I'm a referral service.
Coming soon, though. Coming soon.
Coming soon. Oh, coming soon. Where?
You guys want to talk about it? Go ahead. You
Yeah.
guys talk about it.
So
You
what's
got
coming soon, Tori?
We're making our own little Instagram account.
All right. And I think that's important. I think that's important. A lot of people say that, I don't know, social media, too much social media. And I think that you guys are going in the right direction there because, again, when people hear about this, they're wondering, well, how do I start something like that? Or how do I participate in something like that? Because I think there is a hunger for people to come together with other ladies as well as men choosing to find groups with other men because they have something in common. Now, has that been like I think you mentioned earlier, Karla, because I really wanted to touch on this. Has that become an issue for some people that says, well, why do you have to be just all girls? It's never been, someone never
No,
questioned that.
I have not heard anything like that. Why only girls? The only thing I've heard is like, oh, you guys want to copy us. That's why.
Such childish men.
I know.
Childish.
But no, I haven't heard of anyone saying why only girls. And actually I think it's the opposite. It's like, oh good, it's just girls. And I don't know, I think I don't know, I think that the beauty of it is that it's just so, so natural, so just organic. It's not, we're not uh we don't have a guide just yet of how, we want to go um about it. But I think the foundation is there, which is the rosary. And and our goal, one of the things is that through Jesus, to Jesus through Mary. So that's where we're heading to, through Mary. And so yeah, I don't know, I just feel it's just so natural. We're not professionals. I know I'm not, and I don't have all the answers, and I don't have all the wisdom. And actually I'm getting gaining wisdom from the rest of the girls.
There's feminine genius right there. Do you guys feel more comfortable around each other to be able to talk about certain things just because you're all girls, or is?
Oh, definitely. I feel like, okay, back when I first joined, this was like March, April, around that time. I'm just gonna mention this because I felt like comfortable. I'm very like I have problems with like vulnerability, right? And so I went through like a breakup, and I remember I don't know if you guys remember this, but I cried in front of them, like out of nowhere. I just started crying, and I was just like, "Oh my gosh, I've never done that before." Like, start crying in front of people I didn't really know that well, but like you can feel like comfort there. Like they were comforting. I felt comfortable with them.
Feel safe.
Yes.
That's wonderful that you guys have that. Guys do that too. We hit each other. It's comforting. Just kidding. I think in a way the guys wouldn't cry in front of ladies, but in front of other guys they won't cry either.
I think it's different for everyone, because I mean, like, yeah, like there's certain things that, like, there's certain conversations that like I'll have with the girls that probably wouldn't have with guys. But then at the same time, it was a little bit weird for me, because I think it was because me and my older brother were always really close. The person that I would go to and the person that I would talk to is my older brother. And now that my older brother's kind of moved out and just living his own life right now, I think I think a part of me is still like searching for that like older brother, like, you know. Obviously my older brother's still around, but he just doesn't live with me anymore. And I don't see him that often. And so for me, it was just like weird opening up to ladies. It was very weird for me. To this day, you know, I still feel more comfortable opening up to like a guy my age or just like a little bit older. But once I kind of opened up, I think it's like, it's okay, like, if you cry here, you know, it's okay if you're happy here, you know, if you need something, we need you to tell us, you know, we want to hear about your day. It's not like, oh, I'm bothering them, or, oh, I've only been in this group for 2 weeks, I'm like left out. Like, I've never felt anything like that in this group. And I think that's just something that you don't get very often.
I love the space that you guys have created for yourselves. I feel genuinely that you guys have found friends. So now that you know, as I said, you guys have found friends. So what are the qualities of in friends that you guys appreciate? What are some of the qualities that you were looking for, and what do you appreciate about each other?
I think I was looking for someone like to grow close with and to listen, you know, like everyone in the group is very understanding and listening. And like I think like me and Kayla, like we've grown kind of close, pretty close to each other, not kind of, pretty close to each other, to the point where like after the rosary, like if we still have to talk, like we'll jump on a FaceTime call. Or like me and Sam too, like if we still have words to say or we still need to talk, like we'll jump on a FaceTime call, you know? So I think it's just we're able to have someone to talk to and someone there with you and there for when you're sad or you're happy or excited, you know, just someone there that's understanding.
That's wonderful. So what are you guys' plans now? As
I'm sorry, go ahead.
As you move forward, you know, you have this sisterhood. Well, did I just call this a sisterhood? Now that you have Amata Filia Dei, you know, daughters of God, beloved daughters of God, and you guys are beloved daughters. You have a loving father and a loving mother, and you have each other, all daughters of God. I mean, what do you guys, what's the next thing that you guys are gonna do? What are your plans moving forward from here?
Well, we did just start doing like saying our daily readings from the Bible, and I think honestly, I mean, like after the pandemic, don't know what our plan is. I don't think we've ever even talked about that. Because it's just not something to like worry about or anything. Um and I think something that I've been like that I've always thought about is to not love God and to not pray the rosary just so you can go to heaven. I want to do it out of my heart because I love God, not because I want to go to heaven. And I feel like I've been taught like you have to actually love him. You're not just reaching for the reward, but for the love, and there's so much to explore in that area where it's like I feel like there's just like more of a purpose, and where you're exploring and you're looking around and you see all these people, you see like Karla, Miss Guzman, Serena, my sister, Sam, and you're just any little like hump you go over, you always have somebody there, like sometimes I'll just randomly call Serena and I'll be like, Serena, I'm sad, like or like sometimes I'll just walk into Kayla's room, or she'll walk into mine and like she sees that I'm sad or something and we talk about it, and I think me and my sister, we've gotten a lot closer because of this. Like I think that without this, like yeah, we would still be close, but things would definitely be a lot different. And yeah, it's taught me a lot, and I've just it feels good to know that like I could literally just call Serena and she'll be like, what's up, like and it's a good feeling.
Oh, that's good. I love the wisdom that's coming in, emanating from this group. Even I know people who are older than us who still don't understand what you just said, that I don't have to continue to pray the rosary to get to heaven. The rosary is a tool to get you closer to God so that you can fall in love, so that you can get to heaven. But no matter if you pray a million rosaries and your heart was not in there, and you've never really fallen and understood the love of God and never lived the life of holiness, then you're not going to get to heaven. Well, I can't say that. I don't want to judge someone, but in his mercy, you may be able to get to heaven. But the rosary is a tool to bring you closer to holiness, closer. So that's the one thing. That's just wisdom right there.
Yeah. And one of the things is that I don't know, I guess from when I was younger, um I always wanted to be ahead. I always wanted to plan ahead. And for one reason or another, for the most part, my plans went like they went nowhere. So I've learned to try to live one day at a time. So I honestly don't make, or we haven't made any like major plans where, like we envision this to go here and there, and then we're going to have this many people try to join and blah, blah, blah. No, no, I just, like I mentioned earlier, if this is right now where God wants us, I just want to be able for all of us to listen to where does he want each and every one of us. I know that we're not always going to be probably in the group. I hope that we do. I really, really do hope that, I'm an old lady and I still get to share with the girls. But, that's going to be up to God. And then not only the girls, but my own girls, you know? Um, so I honestly just take it day by day. Like, one step at a time, and then we'll see what God leads us. Of course, we do have, some plans like the Instagram account, and making not because we want to be famous, or because we just want to be known, but because we want the Instagram account so more girls know about it, and hopefully they'll want to join, and they could get to join us and share um, what we have here, what we have, and because I know there's boys and girls, and the same, just people out there that need that. They don't have that at home, or maybe as a parent, or we don't know, we just don't know how to communicate with our own children. And I'm not saying that I'm going to take over, or that we're trying to take over the parent uh, role, but that they're able to come here and feel at peace, feel that they're welcome, feel that they could just rest. Even if you don't know how to pray the rosary, if you don't know how to pray, just period, you could just listen, and then eventually get to learn.
Yeah, a supportive space. I love that you guys have kept it fluid, that it's not rigid, uh, and that you're open and welcoming. I truly believe that you guys are doing a wonderful thing to be able to grow in holiness, and I think that's what you guys are doing. That's what I'm seeing in you, and when I see you guys, when I hear what you guys are doing, definitely there's holiness that's growing in your group, and I pray that this continues on and grows in other places, and I hope that other people who may hear this and are interested in doing something like this would be able to reach out to you once you have your Instagram. But as we are ending our podcast, because all good things come to an end, what's one thing, Tori, one thing that you would want to share with someone about the group to encourage them to maybe come in and participate in this space? That's for everyone except for Tori. I'm just kidding.
And I already talked too much.
So what's one thing, guys? What's one thing in closing? What's one thing you'd like to share?
I mean, me personally, I have trouble like opening up to family, because it's family, and then they like to be chismosos, like they like to gossip. I don't know. That's how I feel in my mind, but I know it's not true. And so having this group helped me a lot to like open up, because it's pretty hard to like open up to your family. So it's very welcoming. Like they don't judge. I hope so. I'm just kidding.
Okay, go ahead, Tori.
I've built a lot of relationships, and Karla has spoken openly about this, but like sometimes your kids don't want to tell you stuff. Or like sometimes there's like it's easier to tell somebody else. And so, it's just kind of like that. Like if there's something that I really just don't feel comfortable openly talking about to like a family member, I'll usually talk to Kayla, even though she's my sister, but I'll talk to Kayla or Karla or Miss Guzman or Serena or Stam. And it's just the relationships you build that are really important, and that you're really going to cherish in your heart. And not only with the girls, Karla has sons, Miss Guzman has sons that I'm also really close with, and it's you get like this family feeling, and it just you know that they're gonna stay in your life for a while. That they're not just gonna leave out of nowhere for like some dumb reason, because they have good intentions, and that because you can see like their intentions when they're praying. You have something in common with them, so it's different from like my friends at school. and my friends from church.
Was that one thing, guys? That was one thing. Serena, what about you?
I would say don't feel scared to join. Like, no matter what your circumstances are or what you've been through, who you are. Like, I feel like one thing with this group is you're never gonna feel like a burden. Which I know in the beginning, that's one thing we kind of talked about. We're a very open group, honest group, and we're here for anyone who wants to be here.
And you, Kayla?
I would say, we're all here for the same reason. We just want to grow a stronger relationship with God. Want to be more like Mama Mary. And I think sharing that in common, like, it brings you closer. Like, not only like, yeah, you make friends, but spiritually, it brings you closer to your. It's just so beautiful to be like, what they say in like psychology, like surround yourself with people like people who you want to be with or like you aspire to be. I feel like we're not here to bring you down. We're here to build you up. We want to encourage you to follow your faith.
Wonderful. Karla, take us home.
And I mean, I just want to say it. And if your faith is not there, if you feel like, I don't even know what that means, it's okay. You don't need to. You just sit there, enjoy the ride, and then eventually you'll, because that's what we're striving to do, to fall in love with God, to truly know Him. He loves us no matter what. He loves us. So it's just a matter that you allow yourself to feel that love, to start experiencing it, and I don't know, just feel the welcomingness of it, and yeah, I mean, it's not every day you have to join, every day you have to pray, and it's boring. No, it's not boring. Although we pray the rosary, and a lot of times, we think, oh, the rosary it's boring and it takes so long, and but trust me, it's not. It goes by super fast. And when you pray it, when you start praying it, meditating it, and like you feel it in your heart, and you feel it like in your veins. It's I don't know, it's so rewarding. It's and I don't know, that's all I could say. And everyone is welcome. Girls, that is.
Girls only, boys, join another group. But thank you guys. Thank you, Karla. Thank you, Kayla. Thank you, Serena. Thank you, Tori. Thank you, Sam, for joining me this evening. And thank you for sharing the story of Amata Filia Dei, beloved daughters of God. Truly, you guys are beloved daughters of God, a great example of that feminine genius that is talked about in our Catholic faith. This is basically what, as a father, would look for in their daughters. You guys emulate that, and I'm so glad that you guys were able to share with us your story and what you guys are going through. And hopefully sooner than later we'll see that Instagram, so people can really find you, because you have something good that's going on here. Thank you so much, guys.
No, thank you for inviting us. And you know what? This is perfect because it's also Women's History Month.
That's
so
right.
There you go, women.
Women empower women. That's right.
Yep. And we want to be the women that God intended us to be.
Exactly.
Not what the world is teaching us, but what God, intended us to be.
Amen, sister. Preach.
Hallelujah.
Arnell, wait, hold on.
Tori, only one. I'm just kidding.
Only one. Only one more thing. Okay, Tony's probably gonna have to cut this and put it in the middle. But I did want to really quickly share. When I started, because I started like being in Amata Filia Dei in like March 2020. So during that time, I was doing all right. I was just like, okay, quarantine for 2 weeks, blah blah blah. And I didn't know. I just thought the rosary was for like some old people, and and I would see my grandma pray it, and I was like, okay, like, and then I, like, the first time I joined the meeting, I did not know anything about it. I just gradually learned. Karla sent me a website that I could use like as a guide. Didn't know anything about it. And it evolved until like, well, it still evolves, but I think it was like May 2020 that when you pray the rosary and you meditate on the mysteries, for example, like the Bible, you read the Bible and you get a certain interpretation of it, but someone else who's reading that exact same verse can get a whole nother interpretation of it. And that's how it is with the mysteries. I think I don't remember which one it was, but it was about when Jesus runs away when he's 12.
Mm.
That one hit hard one day, and that one really spoke to my heart exactly when I needed it, and it brought me to tears. I was like, this is God sending me a message, where I had gotten a different message from that mystery than I had in all the previous times that I'd prayed it. And to this day, it still makes me tear up a little bit, like about how ironic and crazy it was. So it puts you at peace. And yeah, I did not know anything in the beginning. So
Awesome. Thank you for
And
sharing that.
That is the fifth joyful mystery.
thank
There
you.
you go.
I
The
also
fifth
add,
joyful mystery. Go ahead, Tori. We're just gonna keep going.
It wasn't me.
That was Kayla.
I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead, Kayla.
I was just gonna say the only reason I joined was because she invited me one night. She's just like, "Hey, want to pray with me?" And I'm like, no, but I'll be there. Like, I'll support you. Because I came from a different household. We weren't really like religious, really spiritual. And then
Yeah, we weren't. I don't think either sides of our family were really like involved in church until I saw like Karla's kids and Karla and Miss Guzman's kids, where I met them, and then I was like, oh hey, and then I introduced them to my sister.
yeah,
So
and
interesting.
then I
So-
joined.
Yeah. So anybody else before Tori goes on and exegesis and eisegesis here in her exegetical interpretations of scripture? Just kidding.
You say that like I know what that means.
Her literalist and literal approach. Just kidding. I'm sure that one day you guys are going to be going into more formation and sharing such good news. And I'm glad that you guys are sharing the faith. Thank you, Karla, for bringing them together. Thank you, Serena, again. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Tori, for asking more than one question. And Kayla, for being so supportive of your little sister. We learn things every single day, and I'm so glad that you guys have this safe space for you guys to appreciate each other in your faith and to grow in faith. And again, as I said earlier, before Tori interrupted and had one more thing to say.
Wait.
Gonna start.
Actually, I just want to give a shout out to the rest of the girls. Woohoo! Jaleesa, Letty, Ellie, Karen, Lonnie, Valeria, Delali, Jeanette.
And I think we need to get a shout out too. It's like who created that your logo?
Lonnie, Leilani.
Can we see it?
She painted it herself. I have the sticker,
Aw,
but I actually have the painting.
wow.
Yeah, it's in my living room.
I didn't even get a sticker. That's a beautiful sticker. Amata Filia Dei. Maybe one day I'll get a sticker.
Yeah.
But friends, fam, that's all we have for this episode of Disconnected. I want to thank my guest, Amata Filia Dei. As usual, we pray disconnected. If you want to learn a little bit more about Amata Filia Dei, send us an email at catholic.dad50@gmail.com or DM us at Disconnected Podcast on Instagram. We'll get you connected to these fine people. Also, please subscribe to the podcast and any of the many podcast platforms out there. Give us a review, subscribe. Also, check us out on our YouTube channel that producer Tony at Mini Tangled has been lovingly taken care of, because Mr. Arnell, Catholic.dad, is illiterate with regards to that. So check it out. Don't forget to donate to support the podcast. The links are in our bio or on our about. Make sure to say that, because Tony said. Check us out join us on our Patreon to help us provide for young people like this to grow in faith. So, as always, as we end this, remember, friends, live a life of holiness. We'll be praying for you. Please pray for us. And most importantly, be blessed and be third.
Different points of view and highs and lows, a new perspective everywhere you go. Open up your mind and drown with the noise of different generations of new girls and boys. So sit back and relax, this is Catholic Podcast. Don't overreact if the thoughts are abstract. When it's hosted by Catholic Dad, who knows what's gonna happen?
Hey, what's up, fam?
Different points of view and highs and lows, a new perspective everywhere you go. Open up your mind and drown with the noise and see if this connected.
What's up, fam? To connect generations and situations about faith, life, and whatever comes along the way.
Spec runaway thoughts like a runaway train. Break into conversation like links of a chain. Make a Hail Mary pass, hope this connects. Have a question for a guest, put it to rest. Live a life of holiness, lead by example. Follow at Catholic.dad and Mini Tangled. Christ leads our way, he's the good shepherd. Pray for one another, be blessed and be third. Different points of view and highs and lows, a new perspective everywhere you go. Open up your mind and drown with the noise and see if this connected.
Be blessed and be third.
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 That's
Thank you
it.
so much. Thank you,
I think
Arnell.
that's it. Wait, I gotta take a picture.
Oh.
I didn't even get any bloopers out of this.
Wait, is Kayla above me or below me? I don't remember.
Kayla is above you, so you're looking up at her.
Okay.
That's right. And below you is Tori. And
I'm in between the sisters.
yeah, and Sam above you is Karla.
Oh,
And
okay.
Karla above you is me. So
That'd be cool.
I wish we had like 3 more people. We could have been the Brady Bunch and I could have been in the middle.
Oh my gosh, yes.
That would have been funny. But I'm gonna take a picture. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Wait, I did that wrong. 1, 2.
Oh my goodness, I know.
Okay, I already took the picture. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Can we make the face?
Oh,
Wait,
What?
Serena, point at me.
My face? Ready?
Let me bring Christy.
Wait,
Yeah, bring Chrissy in there too. Can we get that face? 'Cause-
Christy.
let's see. Sam, let's see the face.
no.
Okay, all right, ready? I'll bring Chrissy for the face.
Do the face.
Ready?
Come on, do the face.
We're gonna take a picture.
We're all gonna do it.
We're all gonna do it. Ready?
Ready?
On the count of 3. 3, 2, 1.
I want to do it.
All right. How about you guys look? I don't know how you gonna look. Okay, do your own thing. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay. Would have been funny if Tori reached out across and like
Oh, the cat. I should have used the cat.
I can get Chiquillo. You have to
Sam,
make
if
Chiquillo
you like
stickers
grab
right
your
now.
left arm and choke yourself,
Oh, there you go.
Like that?
and Tori, if you lower your arm, lower, and then move in closer.
Stay right here.
Can't move in much closer.
All right, lower your arm a little bit, because she has a sleeve, and you. Oh, Sam, can you pull up like your arm sleeve so that your
Oh.
arm shows?
Like that?
Yeah, there. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Can you guys see it?
Yeah.
That's choking up.
One,
That's cool.
2, 3.
Okay, it's actually cool.
That's all I have.